Right then, next up for Manchester United is Fulham. After all the hype of what's just gone on with the Liverpool game, I hope United don't make this one very complacent, but I do think this is an opportunity for us to at least slightly rotate. I'm not talking about a full rotation. I am just talking about a little bit of freshening up. Long season, many competitions to play, and boy, do we need some minutes in some legs for some other players. United's last matches, obviously we've had the Watford, the Burnley and the Liverpool game. We've had 3 clean sheets, but we've only scored 2 goals. That needs to change, otherwise we're going to find ourselves in a little bit of trouble, a little bit of aggro going forward with that. Next 3 games, obviously Fulham, Liverpool in the Cup at weekend, and then Sheffield United on the other side of that. I would like us to be picking up 3 wins, but, you know, let's be honest, it's going to be a tough ask, especially with the Liverpool FA Cup game. It's going to depend on where Ole's going to place all his chips. I don't think you can go strong in both. I think you're going to have to mix it up just a little bit. Last 3 for Fulham, they had a 2-0 win versus QPR. They drew with Spurs and they lost to Chelsea. Next 3 fixtures, they've got United, they've got Burnley in the FA Cup, and then they've got Brighton on the other side of that. Now, predicted 11 for Fulham. Scott Parker's pretty much consistently stuck with a 3-5-2 for the majority of their league campaign, and I reckon he's going to be using that same system again. Areola will start in goal with Adara Bioyo, Anderson and Ole Aina starting as the 3 centre-halves. Tete will be the right wing-back. However, Anthony Robinson starts a 3-match ban after being shown a straight red card for a reckless challenge on Azpilicueta in their 1-0 loss to Chelsea last time out. So I think Joel Bryan, who scored against United in his last time out at Bristol City, is likely to be the replacement. Anguissa, Reed and Cordova-Reid will probably start in midfield, but we could possibly see Ruben Loftus-Cheek as he is available after missing Fulham's defeat to his parent club Chelsea at the weekend. And I think it'll be Lookman and Cavallero who will most likely lead the line for them up front. Now, Starman, I think it's probably Lookman. He's been pretty much the only danger man from Fulham this season, and I reckon United are going to have to keep a pretty close eye on him. He's the joint top scorer with 2 goals. He's also their top assist maker with 3 assists in the Premier League this season. He likes to dribble. He's got 2.6 successful dribbles per game, which is more than any other Fulham player. And he's got 2.2 shots per game, which is also more than any other Fulham player. And he also creates, on average, 1.6 key passes, more than any other Fulham player. So when we say it's probably going to be the danger man, he's probably going to be the danger man. Now, he proves that he's a threat going forward, and United's back line will have to work hard to keep him out. I expect United are going to play a high line, which is why I'll be going with Beek to deal with him. Now, before we get into my 11, let's have a quick word from our sponsor. So, just a quick break to tell you about SportsBroker, a new football gaming app that allows you to buy virtual shares in football teams. Use your knowledge to try and buy shares at a price and sell them for an even higher price. Prices will change depending on how your team performs on the pitch, and SportsBroker takes into more than account than just the result. It also looks at everything from possession, corners, cards, goals, shots, and everything that can impact the way a team performs within a game. So even if you lose, there might be an opportunity for some positives in your team's performance. When you're buying your shares and selling your shares in leading football teams, SportsBroker provides you with live, in-date apps that give you the live action as it happens in play. And you also get your own portfolio showing your profit, loss and equity from your first trades. Join now and get a £100 first trade trial. Make your first trade, and if your team drops in value after the first match, they'll refund any losses up to a maximum of £100. Like I said, UK only. Have a quick look here now for some of the teams that I'm thinking we're going to go with this week, and also some of the teams that I think we need to be avoiding this week. Please be over 18 and also play responsibly. The link for that will be in the description. And this is how I think United are going to line up then. So Big Dave in net. I am going with Beek. I could see him going with Beek and Lindelof as well, just to mix it up a little bit and give Maguire the night off. But it's very rare that he drops Maguire. So I think it might be time for Beek to come back in and hopefully now start to manage both of the injuries and the injury proneness of Beek and Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka on the right. I'm bringing Tellez in because I'm expecting to try and be breaking down a low block. And I'm going to play a midfield three of Matic, Van der Beek and Pogba. Remember Van der Beek? Remember that guy? Giving Bruno the night off. I'm going to bring in Greenwood on the right-hand side, Tony Marshall on the left. Although I ummed and ahed about playing Marshall, I did think about bringing in Dan James, and I thought it's probably too many changes. Let's stick with Marshall. I didn't think he was terrible against Liverpool. I thought there was a lot more levels for him to go through. But I do think giving him a good run against a team that we should comfortably beat might be a way to get his confidence back up. And then, of course, Cavani up front. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the one for United. And because they play a back three, I'll be looking for United to push on into the deeper areas as well. I want the three forwards to try and pin a centre-half each, and that's where you expect Donny van de Beek or Pogba to try and create an overlap through the centre, or you look for the wing-backs or the full-backs to try and exploit some space in the wide areas. Now, Fulham like to play football. Fulham do have it on the ground, and they do like possession of the ball, and they like to try and attack their opponents. So this really does play into United's hands a little bit. But they're weak defending against through ball attacks. They have a high line, and that's how United can exploit them. That's why I'm looking for the pace of Greenwood and Marshall. And actually, Cavani has shocked me with how quick he looks. He's obviously not Rashford, but he's got some serious pace about him for a guy his age. So if United can exploit that by winning the ball back, which is why you've got Matic, and we're just looking for Matic to just sit in there, find Pogba, find Van de Beek, and then looks for some key passes in behind. United's pace up front will get in behind this Fulham team, and it's then can we be composed once we get into the box. Due to Fulham playing a lot of football and positionally being quite high, I think United, especially the likes of Greenwood, given a start, could really exploit that by getting in behind them. And I think this is a very, very important game for United. Now, United have gone through a series of really crucial matches where the pressure's on us. Now, we've gone to places like Burnley, which is known as an awkward place, and we've managed to pull a win out. We've gone to Anfield, we kept a clean sheet, we were probably a little bit disappointed in front of goal, and we've managed to get through that entire Christmas period where we became the most informed team in the Premier League. Now, in doing that, we've raised the bar, we've raised the expectation, and we've also raised the pressure on us. I mean, you couldn't have ever said United could lose to Fulham, and it would be all right. I don't think there's anyone suggesting anything of the sort of that sort of thing. But there was a time when maybe dropping a draw at Fulham would have been seen as the worst thing ever in the world, depending on the performance, especially in between two Liverpool matches. But now I think that the circumstances being what they are, the league table being so tight at the top where United currently sit, and for like 6 places below us, it being just absolutely chocker, where a win or a loss can just mean multiple position movement. I think United have to go here and pick 3 points up. This isn't about a title challenge. This is about just sticking around in the top 4. We need to keep our 3 points going week after week. Pick up a win, pick up a win, pick up a win, and try and hold our breath the longest. Because there's going to be an almighty drop-off. You're not going to see this league won with a stack of teams 3 points off the champions. It's not going to happen like that. You've got to be able to hang on as long as possible and hold on longer before all the other teams begin to drop off. And I think if United could do that, we might find ourselves in a title race. But more than the title race, Ole needs to finish inside the top 4, maybe the top 3, for this to be considered any sort of progress this year. Whether we go and actually put a title charge together or not, I think there has to be progress. And if we find ourselves in a title charge, well, ain't that nice? But I think the pressure to be in a title charge really was coming down to next season rather than this season. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, your score predictions in the comments below. Make sure to go and check out SportsBroker, 18 UK only, and the link for all that and all the terms and that will be in the description. But cheers for checking it out. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.